Probably my favourite bit about Ashby has been the data side, the fact that I can really dive into every single tiny element. Even now, I'm only touching the surface of the data side. Now you've got an AI tool that does those reports for me as well. Naturally, I will have hundreds of reports, hundreds of dashboards that show lots of different things, and then I can dive into those and look at different areas, engineering, etc., very quickly. However, when I'm in a meeting and someone throws a bit of a curveball in terms of, have you got this here, and I'm not expecting it, being able to quickly go into it and just go, build me a report on this, I need this, and in about 10 seconds, you've got a report sitting there with the answers that you need. I'm Tim Chattaway, Director of Talent Acquisition for Sony's sports businesses. I've been working in recruitment for 20 years and been an Ashby customer since 2023. When I came into the business, there was a huge shift in terms of the process, which led to changes in some of the metrics that we work towards. Some of the first ones that I really started looking at was things like cost per hire. When I look back to the data we had for our legacy ATS, we were looking at something like £6,000 per hire or slightly over that. Now where we're sitting at is around £900 per hire, which is a sizable shift. And a lot of that came down to shortening of processes. I mean, our interview load, the first full quarter of Ashby, we had something around 900 hours worth of interviews, which was averaging out somewhere between 15 and 18 hours of interviews to get one hire. And when we look at, for this quarter, at the moment, we're looking around about 300 hours worth of interviews, but that's only 2.5 to 3.5 hours per hire. That is a colossal shift in the amount of time that people are spending interviewing. So it was 65 days for software engineering when I came in, hire for product. Now we're sitting around 20 days on average. Even if I look at areas like DevOps, we were looking at 12 days for last fiscal year for all DevOps roles as an average. That is a quick process and one that we're really proud of. One of the big bits that when I came in was to reduce agency spend. We were sitting somewhere around 600,000 on a year that we would spend across agencies, mainly on the software engineering product side of things. Since using Ashby, we've reduced our agency spend from £600,000 a year to zero. So we've done that by completely rebuilding every process that we have in recruitment through the integration of Ashby. So as we brought that in as a new tool, every single step that we had, every single moment of every part of our process was rebuilt to fit within Ashby.